Yo, what's up, guys? You got pokeaim here, and today we're going to be hitting up the OU suspect test ladder. Now, a few days ago, I was approached by someone on Twitter asking me to use Scrafty in OU or in Alive. It's one or the other. And, it piqued my interest, so I was like, yo, CTC, pass me a team with Scrafty. And CTC did oblige. He was going to make it more Hita Fajita, but he was like, well, I told him not really to, because I was going to have Blunder on this live with me, but unfortunately Blunder is still a child and has to sleep early because he has school tomorrow. He doesn't know the joys yet of college, of planning your schedule to however you want. Nah, but yeah, Blunder couldn't make it with me on this live, so we're just going to hit the ladder, and yeah, without further ado, let's actually look at the team real quick, because I haven't looked at it. Alright, we got Choice Scarf Heatran, Combine Latios, dropping Draco. That's what it's bulk up Scrafty. Nice bulk up Scrafty. Defensive Landorus-I, probably one of my most used Pokemon on any OU team of mine. Bulky SD Scizor and Choice Specs Keldeo. So, at least this team sorta, kinda has a Keldeo switching. I guess Scizor takes it on an offense when, he gets completely wrecked by Scrafty after like 40 bulk ups, but yeah, I guess Scizor sort of switches into to Zoomer out, but yeah, so let's actually start this off. I'm thinking it's Choice Scarf Landorus plus Rocks Heatran. Hopefully he thinks I'm the same thing, so I'm actually gonna lead off with my Landorus, as he's probably gonna lead off with his, and he actually ends up leading off with his Metric. The thing is, though, he doesn't know my set yet, so I'm actually going to do is just go right for Earthquake. I mean, this is unnecessarily risky, but I mean, Landorus isn't going to die to his HP Ice anyway, and if I get rid of Metric, that's great, because that's one less Scizor check. Scizor can actually plow through my opponent's team if I weaken Heatran a bit, and I don't consider Keldeo the best check to Scizor, because I've been in a situation where I haven't burnt it at all, and I can just knock it off. I mean, like, Scizor checks Weavile as well, so getting rid of Metric is nice for my Scizor. I could potentially just switch out into my Scrafty, but he ends up going right for HP Ice. I live it like I did say, and I'm going to be able to knock him out with this. No, I'm not going to be able to do that, okay? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to knock him out with this Earthquake, but I do have my Heatran to go into just in case he wants to go for Flamethrower or something, as he actually ends up going for the HP Ice again. And what I can do is just go right for Flash Cannon. It's the most accurate move, knocking him out. I am Choice Scarf Timid. I outspeed him. Really surprised that he actually went right for the HP Ice right there. I mean, I don't really need Landorus that much, because I'm not really too scared of his own Landorus, just because I do have my, not only do I have Scizor, which basically eats up any hit anyway, I also have Latios to dodge it, and Scrafty can take it on after a couple bulk ups. So I'm gonna go out to my Landorus right here versus his. If this is a defensive type, I can just get up my Stealth Rock right here. Defensive type, a defensive variant. I should be able to outspeed him, because CTC actually runs a bit of speed on his Landorus. As you can see, that Stone Edge does nothing after -1. I'm actually going to go for my own Stone Edge, because I can weaken this thing just a bit for my Scizor, as well as for Scrafty. I don't necessarily have to switch out, and I don't care if he knocks me out with U-turn, because I'll just get switch advantage versus whatever comes in, and yeah, it doesn't really matter what he does right here, because whatever he goes out into, let's say it's Keldeo, weakening is nice for my Heatran, weakening is nice for Scrafty. After a Drain Punch, I could probably, after this and maybe a knockoff, I could probably knock it out. I'll probably try and set up Scrafty later, if I even need to in this game. I'm not even sure if I need to set up Scrafty in this game, but I'll try and set it up later, just because I want Scrafty to do some work. And I'm going to be able to Stone Edge the Keldeo upon switch, and hopefully I do connect, as I do. And I guess we'll be able to find out what type of Keldeo this is. It's probably Choice Specs, because I'm thinking Heatran is actually a Choice Scarf variant, just because he has Stealth Rock Lando. But I'm going to go right for Earthquake right here. I have like two checks to his Weavile, being my Keldeo as well as my Scizor. And Scrafty could take it on depending on its set. So what I'm actually going to do is go out to Keldeo right now and just fire off a Choice Spec Secret Sword. If he wants to go out to his Latios, so be it. I have like 3 switch-ins to that thing. Scrafty takes it on, so does Heatran, so does Mega Scizor. I could even be ballsy and predict my Latios. I mean, if he wants to drop a Draco, so be it. But I'm just going to fire off a Spec Secret Sword, as he ends up going out into his Latios. right here. And I think Heatran is honestly fine as a switch, and I don't necessarily need it for this game, just because while it does reliably revenge kill his Weavile, it doesn't do anything besides that. Yeah, it really doesn't do anything besides that, especially because I'm thinking he's Choice Scarf trend. I mean, I guess I stop him from going for a fire move or even a steel move, but it doesn't even matter. I'm just going to fire off another flash cannon as he ends up going out to Keldeo. And again, this is fine for me, just weakening Keldeo for my Scizor right here to put in some work. I have to decide what I want to switch into, honestly, at this point, because he's just going to sack Keldeo, I'm pretty sure. While I don't really need Heatran, I rather... Do I want to say that, actually? We'll see. I'm just going to go right for Flash Cannon, do a bit more damage to him, put him in range of +2 BP as he ends up going right for Secret Sword. So, because of that, I can go out into my Mega Scizor right now, and I guess we're going to eat that up. I'm actually going to fire off a knockoff, because if he wants to go out to his Landorus, so be it. If he goes out to Heatran, I get rid of its recovery, as well as its potential Choice Scarf. If he is Choice Scarf, it looks Choice Scarf. Yep. The reason I said he looked Choice Scarf is because just the damage was way too much. Now, Keldeo is a pretty reliable switch in right here, but I think it's time we go for Scrafty. I think it's time. It might be time, guys. As unfortunately for my opponent, he does miss the Fire Blast, so I'm gonna start bulking up because he has nothing for this right now. Fire Blast isn't gonna do anything. If he goes out to Landorus to pivot, I do not mind that because I'm just gonna be bulking up and getting the defense. No matter how many times he intimidates me, that's fine. Just as long as I gain this defense boost so I could take on Keldeo, which is what I want. He actually ends up U-turning out, so he doesn't have anything to switch into this because Keldeo will go down to a Drain Punch if he does try and switch it in. He probably doesn't expect Ice Punch. Maybe he expects Knockoff right here, and I haven't gone for Knockoff before, and I'm pretty sure Keldeo dies after Stealth Rock, but if he wants to bring it out, so be it, as he actually does end up bringing it out. And I'm able to get up the next bulk up. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to live this hit, no matter what it is, but I'm debating going for another bulk up and then trying to rest and play my luck with Shed Skin, or just going right for Drain Punch. I think Drain Punch is the better play, no matter what, as I'll be able to take this Specs Secret Sword. It's gonna hurt, but I'll be able to take it as I do end up tanking it. And I think after Leftovers, plus that recovery from Drain Punch, I might actually be able to survive Latios' Draco. Like, even though it's gonna drop a Draco on me, I might actually be able to survive. Let me calc this real quick. It's been a while since I've calced. 358 special defense, 334. What is that? Max, or 248? Something like that. I don't know. Latios, OU Life Orb. Scrafty. UU bulk up. Yeah, let's just say you're UU. You're not UU. That's about the same thing. How much does Draco Meter do? Draco Meter does 54 to whatever, and he actually ends up going out to Heatran. So, yeah, I'm just gonna kill Heatran because I can get rid of it for my. For my Scizor right there. But I actually want to see how much it does. Overheat might not even knock me out if he goes for Overheat, so I'm actually gonna go for Rest right here. Forget it, as he ends up going for Overheat. It was a roll if it knocked me out, but now he's definitely not going to knock me out. I'm going to be able to play around with the Shed Skin right here. Unfortunate for him, but, you know, there was nothing I could do about that. And if he does choose to go for Overheat, I'll get a turn of Leftovers. I'll get another turn to potentially... so let me just go for Knockoff. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. I'm not going to wake up right here. Shed Skin happens after the turn, if I'm not mistaken. But I might as well just go for Knockoff just to show I'm in charge. It doesn't even make a difference at this point. Unfortunately, he did miss that. As we saw, though, I wish I realized it was you, so I would have played better. Big fan. Oh, it's fine, bro. I mean, I wish you realized it was me, too. That way I didn't lose my Landorus turn 1. Thanks, man. I mean, I think you played fine. It doesn't make a difference. I really didn't expect you to stay in turn 1. But, yeah, I'm going to pause it to make some move. We'll be right back. Alright, so Shed Skin ends up activating right here, and what I'm actually going to do is, I'm pretty sure a +1 knockoff won't knock out Heatran at least 38%. I'm going to calc it because I don't want to knock him out. Actually, it might be able to knock him out. Yeah, no, I shouldn't. Just give you none. Yeah, it shouldn't, but it will put him in range of BP as well as Stealth Rock. So I'm just going to go for Knockoff, and then I'll go for Rest after that, as he actually tries to switch out to Latios right there. So that's good that I didn't go for Rest. And Latios is just going to go down. Amazing for me. He has no way of dealing with this Scrafty. Scrafty just bulked up on his team. Holy crap, that was not a pun at all, but good game. We're gonna look for another battle, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, so we have another game. My opponent's team is pretty scary, though he's pretty weak to Scrafty. Not weak to Scrafty, no. He has Terrakion and he has Mega Medicham. But he's pretty weak to physical attacks in general. What I'm trying to say is Scizor can put in work. He doesn't really have a switch in for Scizor. Rotom goes down easily. I have a pretty solid switch in to Rotom being Scrafty. As well as Calm Mind, Lottie just puts in a lot of work versus his team. So what I'm actually going to do is lead off with my Landorus because I'm expecting him to lead off with Terrakion and try and get up to Stealth Rock, as he actually ends up leading off with his Medicham. Heatran's overheat to Mega Medicham. Alright, it dies. So I'm actually going to switch out into my Heatran right here because I don't want to take an Ice Punch or have him Mega Evolve and go for Fake Out. I'd rather just force him out and then just fire off an overheat anyway. It doesn't really make a difference. Now, I kind of want to double into Scrafty, predicting his Rotom just to start firing off some knockoffs, but I don't want him to... That is timid. Yep, I calculated it wrong. I am timid, so I might actually not knock him out, but I don't really need this Pokemon either, so I'm just going to fire off an overheat right here, as I actually end up getting the roll, which is nice. Able to knock out Mega Medicham. Huge threat, especially for Scrafty, just straight up gone, as Terrakion is going to come in, and Terrakion is a Stealth Rocker, so what I'm actually going to do is just go right out into my Landorus, get off the Intimidate one more time, and try and get up my Stealth Rock as well, as he ends up going for the Stealth Rock. He's probably going to taunt me right here, so I'm actually going to attempt to go for Stealth Rock anyway, at least weakening Dragonite's multi-scales. He actually ends up going Gengar. Leads me to believe that he probably has the probably has the Icy Wind, so what I'm actually going to do is switch out. Scizor takes it on, but I'd rather Mega Evolve first before bringing it in, and I don't want to go out to Heatran because I mean I'm pretty sure Scrafty takes or eats a Dragon Dance eats a Focus Blast anyway. Excuse me, but yeah, as you can see, that does nothing. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to eat up this Focus Blast if I want to, so I'm actually just gonna go right for the knockoff. Getting rid of Gengar, I do end up surviving the Focus Blast, and Gengar does go down, so that's huge for my Latios, because if I want to drop a Draco, I don't gotta fear this guy, because I already basically got rid of something that could speed tie with me. So I'm actually gonna go for Rest right here, because if he did not go for Hydro Pump right there, he would have been in a bad situation. But I think it's time we drop some Dracos, friends. I think it's really time we drop some Dracos. I don't see a Draco switch. You think Bisharp is a Draco? I'm about to drop a Draco on this dude. Really? As he lets Rotom get extremely weak. Probably just a Volt switch out, as he ends up going for Thunder Wave. I don't like his kind. He will be able to Pain Split right here, but at least I'll be able to weaken him even more for my Keldeo. Unfortunately, I do miss the next Draco. Sucks, but so be it. I'm just going to go right for the Roost right here. I swear I clicked Roost. But I'm just going to go right for Roost. He's already in range of... what's it called? Of my Secret Sword for my Keldeo. So I'm actually going to go out to my Heatran. If he goes for Pursuit, so be it. If he goes for Knockoff, so be it. I just want to bring it in, as he ends up going right for Knockoff. Unfortunately, he does crit me. But at the same time, now he does not have a switch in a spec Secret Sword from my Keldeo, because his Rotom has already been weakened. Terrakion's Focus Sash is gone. If he wants to go out into Dragonite, so be it, because I do have a Steel type as well as my Landorus. He actually ends up sacking Bisharp. I don't know if I agree with that, because Bisharp was probably the biggest threat to me, and it just died right there. I really thought Bisharp was the biggest threat to me, just because it could potentially set up alongside my Scizor if it was SD. But I'm going to be able to go out into my Landorus right here, get off an Intimidate, and while Stone Edge will not knock out his Dragonite, that Intimidate's going to help me a ton, as he actually ends up being a CB variant, just based on that waterfall damage. It's pretty cool that he predicted that. I'm just going to go right for Stone Edge right here, as unfortunately I do miss, and is Earthquake the best play right here? Trying to decide. Because he has Thunder Wave on Rotom, he doesn't have Will-O-Wisp. So I'm trying to decide if Earthquake is the best play to just catch Terrakion right there. But if I can get off a Stone Edge, that'd be nice as well. I'm gonna try and go for Earthquake right here and catch his Terrakion, as he does end up bringing that Terrakion to try and dodge a Stone Edge right there. So getting rid of the Terrakion is nice because I don't have to get off an SD or win a speed tie with my Caldea right there. So I'm just gonna go right for Stone Edge. I should be able to outspeed, do a hell of a lot. Okay, that's not a hell of a lot, guys. I just exaggerated right there. But I'm gonna be able to go out into my Keldeo now, and because he has Waterfall, he definitely doesn't have Fire Punch. But I'll be able to go right for Secret Sword. And if Dragonite wants to come in, so be it, because it'll be 2-hit KO by Secret Sword anyway, as he does end up bringing that thing in. And basically, it was my best play, because even if he was like a setup Dragonite and he wasn't choice banded, a really slow setup Dragonite, I would have been able to win with Scissor's BP anyway. So Scrafty definitely did his job getting rid of Gengar, which is something that could have revenge killed my Keldeo. So I'm definitely happy about that. And we're actually at 15 minutes, so I'm gonna pause until we find another one. We'll be right back. Okay, so we found another battle. Now, my opponent's team is pretty cool in a sense that I like what Scrafty does. I love how Scrafty matches up well versus Mandibuzz, and Scizor does actually pretty well versus his team. So I'm actually gonna lead off with Scizor because I don't know. I don't get his team because he has a Defogger in Mandibuzz, but then he has a Scolipede lead. So I let off with Scizor because I get off a free knockoff versus whatever he has. Honestly, whatever. Scrafty beats Mega Slowbro 1v1 if that is a Mega Slowbro, and he ends up going right for the sub right there. So I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but all I know is I am just going to keep knocking off because it will be able to eventually beat him, as well as get rid of whatever's item is coming out. I guess he's trying to pass the Slowbro, maybe? Really cool, or really interesting anyway. Is SD a better play right here? Not really. Alright, now SD is a good play. Because I get the +2 and I'll be able to knock off whatever comes out. The fact that he does have max defense right here is pretty scary. Definitely. But +2 versus neutral. Actually, is BP better? Oh, never mind. I'm going to be able to hit him with a knockoff right here. And that does, yeah, BP would have been better. I just realized I knocked off his item. I'm so dumb. Am I going to lose to this thing now? We'll see. Yep, he choked. Okay. That was a really poor play on my opponent's part, that I did not have Scizor. Then that I didn't have BP. Then again, I messed up by going for knockoff, completely forgetting I just knocked off his item. So now he just wasted his Scolipede, and he forfeits. Had he passed that to Slowbro, might have been a little bit scary, but at the same time, I could have combined it up with my Latios alongside it, and then dropped the Draco, stuff like that, and then revenge kill him with something else. But yeah, that was a really interesting game. We're gonna... Can't believe I messed up that battle. Then again, it is late, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna pause until we find him, though. We'll be right back. Alright, so we got another game, and Scizor actually just murks him. Unfortunately, he has Mega Pidgeot, so Scrafty isn't gonna do crap. Well, maybe. Scrafty can at least knock off some stuff. I'm gonna lead off with Landorus because I'm expecting him to lead off with his Terrakion. If he wants to lead off with Scizor, then Scizor or something. Yeah, Scizor. Scizor or something. What is wrong with me sometimes? If he wants to lead off with Thundurus, so be it. Because Thundurus could have beat my Scizor, which is what I was trying to say. But Scizor actually matches up really well versus him, so I'm gonna be able to get up my Stealth Rock as he ends up going right for Stone Edge right here. And I don't want to immediately U-turn out because I'm expecting to go out into Ferrothorn because that looked like choice banded damage. So I kind of want to hard switch directly into my Heatran, predicting that. But it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter. He actually ends up going out to Pidgeot, so I'm able to U-turn out versus that thing and go out into my Heatran anyway. Heatran was the best play, no matter what. That has to be a choice banded. Terrakion. I don't think Flash Cannon knocks out Mega Pidgeot. Handy dandy calculator. Well, it's only good if you actually calculate, right? Yeah, it doesn't knock it out. I mean, there's no chance of Fire Blast missing if he ends up Mega Evolving, because actually, yeah, never mind. There's no chance of Fire Blast missing if he ends up Mega Evolving because of No Guard. But I'm just gonna try and go for it anyway, as he actually probably has HP Ground or U-turn, and I'm able to OHKO the Pidgeot right there. So maybe Scrafty can do something in this game. He does have Banded Terrakion though, like I said, so that thing is a threat. I think it's banded. Doing 33, actually 39%. That looks about banded. I'm not gonna lie, that looks banded. So I'm gonna go out into my Landorus right here once again just to sponge him. Landorus is only here to sponge Terrakion's attacks as well as weaken Azumarill a bit. Do I want to pull this double? Kind of want to pull this double. Not pulling this double. I'm gonna pull the double in the Scrafty, predicting not that. Definitely not that. So I don't have the best of switch-ins to this thing. Really don't. But Mega Scizor works pretty well. Yeah, I should just Earthquake, I guess. I don't know why he went on to Azumarill right there, but he did. And I'm going to be able to Mega Evolve right here and I believe just get off a knockoff. He doesn't have anything that really wants to come in. That looks like Choice Band of damage, but if he has Belly Drum, I'll be able to knock off his Citrus if he does end up going for Belly Drum. He actually goes for the Aqua Tail, and that does a nice amount, but not enough to where Aqua Jet will be able to knock me out anyway. So, and the good thing about Aqua Tail is it can miss, so I'm going to be able to eventually beat this Azumarill. Eventually. He only has like one quote-unquote check to this, which is Thunderous. Don't even really consider it a check, honestly. Pidgeot would have been one, but once I got it to +2 anyway, Pidgeot would have been murked by +2 BP. So I don't know. Maybe his Latios has HP Fire, but really interesting team right here. I don't know. I don't like Thunderous as a check because it has to rely on Thunder Wave. Granted, I use Thunder Wave all the time, but he ends up going out to Terrakion right here. I know I can take a CC. I honestly know I can take a CC, but no point, as I can go out into my Landorus one more time and again just sponge this close combat. Really just eating it up, honestly, as I can just U-turn out for the umpteenth time. He's probably going to go out to Ferrothorn this time. Alright, cool. It's Rocky Helmet though, that's good to know. And I'm debating between Heatran, but Heatran forces into Azumarill, but Azumarill I don't care about. Actually, I think Heatran's the best play, no matter what. Yeah, I think Heatran's definitely the best play. It gets off the most consistent damage. I can fire off an Overheat right here, which I am going to go for. The reason I'm doing that is because I can hit Terrakion harder, I can hit Azumarill harder, and it's also more accurate than Fire Blast, I believe. Yep, 90 versus 85. So I'm just going to go right for the Overheat. Whatever he wants to bring in, it's going to take some damage. If he goes out into Latios, I have Scrafty to switch into. I have my Mega Scizor. I have my switching in. So he ends up going out to Azumarill. Completely fine. As I'm able to get off a nice amount of damage with that. I'm actually going to switch out into my Scizor, because if he goes for Aqua Jet, then I can eat up. And if he goes for Aqua Tail, then it's going to do a nice amount. But again, I'm just going to be able to roost off whatever damage he's doing. No matter what, and eventually he will miss. Eventually you will miss, sir. So goes out into Ferrothorn. Interesting because I can just win right here. Really interesting play. Or at least knock off. I'm actually gonna knock off his Rocky Helmet, because that could be very, very annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna knock off his Rocky Helmet. Go for Roost right here, as he's probably gonna get up his Stealth Rock, and probably going to power up or do something like that. So I'm actually going to switch out into my Heatran once again, because again I could just fire off a Fire Blast or even an Overheat and just murk something, as he ends up going for Gyro Ball. I probably would have done the same thing right there. Maybe went for Leech Seed again, but getting rid of Ferrothorn's Iron Bar, Rocky Helmet is actually nice, because I don't have to worry about when Scizor touches it taking all that extra damage. Regardless though, Overheat is my best play anyway, as Latios ends up coming out, and I'm able to do a nice amount of damage to that. Scrafty, I think it's time you show your work. I'm going to be able to drop some Dracos towards the end of this game, which is nice. Psyshock the Terrakion, drop a Draco versus that. He does 0. Did anybody see that not damage? Because I know I didn't. Okay. I'm going to go for Drain Punch, because I'm pretty sure he's just going to sack his Azumarill right here, as he actually ends up going out to Thunderous. So even then, that actually looks like Choice Scarf. That actually looks like Choice Scarf Latios. Do I want to take a Focus Blast? Do I care if my Heatran's paralyzed? Not really. Yeah, I don't really care. So I'm actually gonna sack my Landorus, and I'm gonna go right back out into my Heatran and just click Overheat for the umpteenth time. Dodging that focus blast right here. He actually has superpower. So, because he has superpower, he might actually not be Prankster. Though he's really, really weak to Charizard, so he probably has to have Prankster right here. But I'm just going to fire off another Overheat. I don't think he actually has Thunder Wave now. So, Azumarill goes down, which is nice because I no longer have to switch in to this thing. And my Scizor anyway. And whenever Keldeo gets a free switch in, it's going to do some work. So, Terrakion comes out. Unfortunately, I think it's time we sack the Scrafty. Well, maybe. Yeah, Scizor does more work than Scrafty, so I'm gonna sack my Scrafty right here to this close combat, as he actually ends up going for Stone Edge. So he might actually miss right here. That is also an option. He could miss. He does end up missing. Unfortunate. As Scrafty ends up bringing it back, one might say, because I can go for the bulk up right here and actually eat up. Pretty sure I can go for bulk up and eat up Thundurus' attack. Yeah. So I'm gonna go for bulk up. Focus Blast actually wouldn't have done that much, I don't think, like if he had it, but I'm gonna be able to hit him up with a bulk up right here, and I'm gonna be able to survive any hit he wants to go for. He also does not have a play for my Drain Punch right here. Drain Punch actually kills something, and Terrakion is that Pokemon that I do kill. So that is very nice. It's looking like Heatran is gonna put in just the same thing that's been doing this entire game. Just keep firing off overheats no matter what my opponent has. So Thundurus comes out, and I think it's time. Just go right for Drain Punch, as Thunderbolt is able to knock me out. Probably has knockoff, so Scizor's better. Scizor's better to go out into than anything else. I can just go right for BP. I believe in knock him out. He actually has Thunder Wave. I'm surprised he didn't Thunder Wave my Heatran, but I'm able to knock him out, break through the paralysis, and at this point I can just go out into my Keldeo on not the Latios. I was not expecting Latios to come out, so what is he gonna do to this? He's gonna HP Fire? I'm just gonna go out into my own Latios. Like, I don't need my Latios for this game anymore. If he wants to drop a Draco, so be it. Unfortunately, he misses, but that doesn't even matter. It really doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna sack it anyway, so he can laugh if he wants to. Could laugh, bro. I'm glad we laughed about that. Pretty sure Keldeo can just come in. I mean, Scizor is safer, and so is Heatran, but I just want to finish off this game right now, so I'm just going to fire off a Spec Secret Sword. Going to be able to knock out the Latios at 39%, and then Ferrothorn is going to go down. I think he was Scarf Lati. I don't know why he laughed, because he outsped me anyway, and he just dropped a couple of Dracos on me, but Keldeo is going to be able to survive. Maybe he was just having fun, because he just said good game, fun battle. GG. Maybe he was just having fun. I don't know. It's really hard to tell on the internet how people are thinking, but we're at 28 minutes, so I'm going to pause it real quick. We'll probably find one more, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I found another game, and I actually think I lost this game. As weird as that is to say from Team Preview, because my opponent has really cool teams, but one, I don't have Hazard Control. Two, Magneton is annoying for my Scizor, and Altaria checks my Scrafty, which otherwise would have swept my opponent's entire team. So I don't know, man. This could be hard. I'm going to lead off with Scrafty because I want to just start firing off some knockoffs, as he actually ends up leading off with his Rotom Wash. So that is fine. He's probably just going to Volt Switch out onto Altaria. I think that's his best play by far. And yeah, so he doesn't end up doing that. He's just going to Mega Evolve, I believe. Going to go out to my Landorus just to get on my Stealth Rock. I'm pretty sure he has to be Dragon Dance because he does have Magneton in the back. Otherwise, this would be a Lure Altaria. I wouldn't understand why you would have Magneton to trap, because Magneton trap steals that check Dragon Dance Altaria, such as Mega Scizor and Ferrothorn. So I don't know. Yeah, he's gonna pull that double out into Rotom Wash. Cool play on my opponent's part, as yeah, that's fine. Scrafty again is just my #1 switch into this thing. Calm Mind Draco Latios can put in some work as long as I get on my Stealth Rock, which he was doing his best to prevent. So I'm just gonna go right for knockoff again. I don't really care for the burns, as once I get up those Stealth Rock, they're not there to stay, but at least they'll help me pressure Zelgor and pressure other Pokemon. He ends up going out into Tentacruel though. Interesting. I don't care for T-Spikes. They only affect my Keldeo right there, but he ends up going right for the knockoff, as I'm just going to rest right here as he goes for Acid Spray. and I get the first turn Wake, which is nice. So I'm going to be able to go right for knockoff again, do a bit more damage as he tries to go for a knockoff right there. And I'm able to weaken this Tentacool a lot. This thing is a threat to me, and weakening is nice. I'm expecting him to go out to Altaria right here. I'm surprised at how he's playing versus this thing. Granted, he does burn me right there, but hey, I don't really care. He just let Tentacool get weakened, and I'm going to be able to rest right here. So I'm able to rest up, and I'm going to be able to go right back out into my Landorus right here as he roosts and finally get up my Stealth Rock. Just going to ignore spectators because people are starting to join, and I really don't want to get distracted by that. So he goes right for the Dragon Dance. I don't mind that too much because I do have my Scizor, which I can just U-turn out into right here. I can even just Earthquake. He actually ends up switching out into Magneton directly. I was thinking about going right for Earthquake too, so that I'm not gonna say that doesn't work out for me because I'm able to U-turn out into my my Heatran, and Scarftran weakens his team a lot. He actually does not have switching. I was thinking about double switching, predicting Rotom, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm trapped. So just gonna go right for Fire Blast right here, as Rotom is more than likely gonna want to come out, and I'm able to do just a bit of damage. Actually, that's a lot. That's actually a nice amount of damage. I can't even lie about that. So I'm gonna go out into my Latios right now because I think it's time we start going for Psyshock and start doing some damage on this guy. I'm gonna drop a Draco even though he does have Altaria, because that's how fearless I am, as he ends up going out to Hippowdon. So Hippo is going to go down to the second Draco, so I'm going to drop another Draco on this guy. If he wants to go out to Altaria, so be it. Sand is now up, and I do have Landorus to pivot from, as Altaria ends up coming out. And again, Landorus is going to be my play of choice. I can always get off that Intimidate. Because Sand is up, I can check him to an extent. If he's Jolly Altaria, he does outspeed my Heatran. And as you can tell, I'm very, very, very much into this game right here, so I'm just going to go right for U-turn once again. If Rotom Wash does want to come out, as he ends up bringing it out, again, I can just drop another Draco. I don't care if Altaria comes out, because I just want to kill this Rotom Wash, as it is a threat to my Scizor. And if Altaria wants to come out, so be it. If Hippo wants to be sacked, so be it as well. He actually ends up going out to Magneton, probably expecting my Psyshock, as Life Orb Draco Meteor completely wrecks him, and now I am no longer scared of being trapped, and I'm pretty sure my Scizor is going to clean up this game. I know it's super early in the game to say that, but he does not have a way of dealing with this Pokemon now. He doesn't have a way of dealing with my Scizor. He tried to pull that double earlier, don't know why, because yeah, I'm going to be able to go right out into my Mega Scizor right here and finally be able to do some work with it. So he roosts, and what I'm actually going to do is go right for knockoff, just in case he wants to switch out into Hippo or even Tentacruel, because it does enough damage to the point where I think BP knocks it out. If he stays in with Altaria, so be it. Also, if Rotom wants to come out, that's fine as well. I'm able to hit the Hippo upon switching with the knockoff and knock it out, so that means no rocks for my opponent, and I'm definitely in a nice position right here. Whatever attack he wants to go for, Scrafty will eat it up, and Scrafty takes on the majority of his team, bar his Altaria. So I'm actually going to be a little bit greedy, I guess you could say, and actually go out to my Latios, predicting his Pain Split. Even if he goes for Volt Switch, this is fine for me anyway, as he doesn't get any recovery right there. And a Life Orb Psyshock will be able to knock out this Rotom Wash. We could also drop a Draco, but I'm able to hit the Altaria upon switching and do a hell of a lot right here. I'm actually going to make a play, and should I go for Roost? I'm going to go for Roost. Yeah, as he ends up going for Dragon Dance. I think that worked out more in my favor because I don't care about his Dragon Dances, and I got more recovery for the Rotom right there. So I'm able to go out into my Scizor right now, and I'm going to be able to go right for BP, checking him as he ends up staying in. So Altaria is gone, and I am free to drop some Dracos at this point. Rotom ends up coming out, and I mean, technically I don't even need my Scizor, but I do need it, I guess, to check a Selgor. I don't know, I'm just going to go for a knockoff, as he unfortunately misses the Will-O-Wisp. That really sucks for my opponent. That was his only chance, I guess. Not really his only chance, like I don't think he would have won from there, but I'll be able to go out into my Latios right now, and even though I can definitely go for Psyshock and securely win the game, I love dropping Dracos. You guys heard me the other day. dropping Dracos is probably my favorite thing. So I'm going to drop a Draco on him, and Selgor is going to come out, and there's no point in preserving the 6-0. I have noticed that I am 6-0ing him, but there's really no point in preserving as a Selgor is going to come out. I'm just going to drop another Draco as he's able to go for Bug Buzz and knock me out. He's actually a Life Orb variant. That's really cool. Pretty sure that outspeeds Heatran as well. So what I'm actually going to do is just go out into my Scizor, go right for BP, and I should be able to finish him off. I'll be able to live a Life Orb Focus Blast as well. Pretty sure Selgor actually has piss poor defenses, if I'm not mistaken. So if this BP does not knock him out, then Life Orb should. So yeah, good game. And yeah, I loved that game because I was able to drop so many Dracos on this guy. I was able to drop so many Dracos. Oh my god, yes. That's what I love to see. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want. And until next time, guys, later.